Good morning. I hope you can see and hear us okay. If you are watching live, do feel free to give us a little wave and say hello. And that way we know that everything's working fine and we get started. But today is the final draw along of this academic year with Technology Tryouts, which is a little bit sad. We will be back, of course. And I do have other old draw alongs that you can revisit if you want to keep your skill set up through the summer as well. But yes, last of our journeys to South America, where today we're going to be drawing the sea lion, and this is the reference picture we are working from today. I'm going to try and add background as well today, see if we've got time for that. And we're going to be learning all about the sea lions, the different species of them. Obviously, it is the South American sea lion, but there are others as well. So hi. Oh, good. We have got people that can see and hear us, so that's good. So Jill, Emily, and Freya. Hello from Abby, back on Mum's account. Wicked. That's good. We're not on our own. So how are we feeling about the fact that it's the last one? I'm not sure how I feel about that. And the problem with that as well is that when we come back in September and start again, it will feel like I've forgotten how to draw. So I will be planning on continuing to practice through the summer, and I would definitely recommend that everybody does the same. Oh, we're glitching a lot. Is that the same for everybody? Hi from Malcolm. Hi Eden and Susie. Hi from Holly. Love sea lions and can't wait to draw it. Awesome. Sad it's the last one. Yeah, me too. But there are, if you haven't done all the draw-alongs we've been doing over the last 18 months, then there are all of our old draw-alongs have been uploaded to our YouTube channel. So you can find some historic ones if you haven't done them all. But I would definitely recommend practicing through the summer anyway and keeping your skills up. Hi Pip from Abby. I just got watercolour pencils. Awesome. So you can join us in our watercolour pencil venture. Hi from Jessica and Daniel. Loads of you today. Oh, this is a nice one to end on. Lot of busy draw along and lots of people joining in. That's what we'd like to see. So we're going to learn about the sea lion as well. If you know any facts and you want to share them, feel free to join in as well. I'm going to start with one that I think is probably a common question. What's the difference between sea lions and seals? So seals and sea lions have several visible differerences. Sea lions have external ear flaps, so you can just see it on our reference picture here. They have an external ear flap, whereas the majority of seals have a small opening for an ear and lack an external ear flap. So straight away you can determine if something is a seal or a sea lion by looking at their ear flap or lack of. There's other differences as well. So a flexible pelvic girdle enables sea lions to move more easily on land by rotating their hind flippers underneath their bodies and walking like other four-legged animals. Whereas to move on land, seals propel their streamlined bodies in a way similar to a caterpillar and sort of roll along with their bellies. But sea lions have got this difference in their anatomy, which means that they can tuck their hind underneath them and hold themselves more upright than a seal can. So they can move more easily on land as well. Both seals and sea lions are professionals in the water environment. Sea lions use their large front flippers to propel themselves through the water, and seals use their hind flippers in a side-to-side motion. So there we go. That's the difference between seal and sea lion. I've also had some other messages come through. What are you going to draw in September? Good question. I've already planned it out. I like to know. So I can give you the themes for each term. The order that we're doing might change, but this is what we're doing next term. So instead of travelling to different parts of the world, we're going to focus on different groups of animals. So we are going to be doing a whole term of big cats. We are going to be doing a whole term of wolves and wild dogs. We're going to do a term of exotic birds, a term of the shark family, a term of rodents, and a term of primates. So loads of variety within each group, but hopefully by focusing on each group of animals, what we'll be able to do is build up our skill set towards drawing that particular type of animal. So that's the plan for next year. Abby's put, some species of sea lions, particularly the California sea lions, can be trained to perform various tasks and display little fear of humans during their interactions. Awesome. Good share, Abby. Will you be doing African wild dogs? Yes, we will. They are included in the wolves and wild dogs for sure. But less about that. We should start drawing really, shouldn't we? So let's start sketching out our sea lion. Now you could choose to do one or both of your sea lines from the reference picture. It's entirely up to you. I think I'm gonna do one because I want to allow myself time to do a bit of background colour as well. Will rodents include mice? There is a mouse on there, yes. So far, I mean, I can change my mind. I am a bit fickle like that, so. And I've realised I've started wrong because I'm looking at my page thinking, actually, if I'm only drawing the one sea line, I feel like I need to draw him portrait-wise.
Ooh, that's new.
Will we do a shepherd dog, i.e. a border collie? No, we're going more sort of wild animals, Eden. So it's more wolves and wild dogs rather than domestics for this time round. But we can always add it. No, I've changed my mind now. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. It's quite a square shape. Like, we're going to go landscape.
Thank you.
Mainly because my camera's set up for that, and it'll make it easier for you to be able to see what I'm drawing. So again, just going in really rough at the moment, sketching out the main shape. I probably started too far over on the right with this image. So if I started again, I'd probably move over to the left a little bit, but we'll go with it now. A very thick neck. Abby's like, oh Pip, I know, right? I just can't make up my mind. I think I've filled the page quite a lot here, but that's okay. So that's a very rough outline, but now I kind of want to go in and adjust the shapes because it's not very accurate. So I've got a big front muzzle here. And what I love about this image is all the wrinkles you can see in him, these like folds of blubber, and we'll learn a bit about that in a minute actually. And these big front flippers we just learned what helps them propel themselves through the water. So that's their main swimming aid, whereas the seals rely more on their tails. Got a great big skull. Again, we've got these big wrinkles we see at the back of his neck moving down to his back as well. His texture almost looks velvety. So it's not hairy, it does look like a fur, but a very short one, so it's quite velvety looking. As I go, I'll just rub it out some of these lines because, as we know, it confuses my little brain. How are we getting on so far, guys? How you get on, Michael? Nah. That doesn't sound like a confident sound. You can just see his rear flippers. Not too sure about proportions here. I think I might have done the head too big. I might need to adjust that, which is a shame because I was quite happy with the form, the actual shape. It's just not fitting with everything else. So I'm going to have to adjust that. Make it a little bit smaller so the picture makes more sense. That's better. And then I've just got the front flipper, a couple of details to put on, and then I can start adding colour and tone and share some more facts with you. So his eyes are closed. He looks like he's sunbathing, enjoying the sun, but he's got his eyes closed. So we haven't got the details of the eyes to worry about today. And then you can just see the nose a little bit. Get that little ear flap as well. So there's my outline of my sea lion. Pi's just joined us. You're not late, you're just on time, in time. You're at whatever time you needed to be here. Right, some more facts then. There are 6 species of sea lions. The Galapagos sea lion, the California sea lion, the Australian sea lion, the South American sea lion, and then the Stellers or Northern sea lion, and the Hookers, New Zealand or Auckland sea lion. So it's got 3 different names. Sea lions and seals, along with walruses, are in a scientific group of mammals called pinnipeds. Female sea lions weigh 110 to 600 pounds and males weigh 440 to 2,200 pounds. So they are heavy animals. Their size and weight vary depending on the species. The northern sea lion is the largest of all the species, with the males up to 3 times larger than the females. Now, sea lions are carnivores. They eat fish, squids, crabs and clams. The largest species, the northern sea lion, also eats seals. They're that big that they can make seals part of their diet. They are known to consume large quantities of food at a time, about 5 to 8% of their body weight at a single feeding. Sea lions do not need to drink water to survive, as their food consumes all the water they need. So they obviously are receiving their water intake from the food that they eat. Crazy. While they do have teeth, sea lions often swallow their food whole. If needed, they'll use their flat back teeth to crush food like shells before swallowing, and they typically use their sharp canine teeth for protection. There we go. So I think I'm ready to start adding some colour and tone. How do you make the sand look real? I don't know. I haven't got there yet. So what I was probably going to do was start with a sandy colour, this one, and then do a water wash over it, and then add in some like texture, like gritty texture. So why don't we do that first of all, actually, because then I've got time for my page to dry. So I'm going to just draw in roughly the lines that I can see in terms of different tones. How are we doing for time? Not too bad. Okay. So I don't want the brightness of the background to detract from the main point of the picture though, so I'm going to keep it quite muted, so I'm not going to go too bright with the colours, or at least too strong with the colours, I should say. I'm using the side of the pencil to get the colour on quickly and evenly as well. Really? And then I'm going to add in a little bit of shadow in as well from the reference picture. That's the sand down. And then we use a light blue for the sky. I might put in some dark blue as well. But again, I don't want it to detract from the main feature of the image, so I'm just going to go muted with my colours, so not too strong. Ooh. Slightly darker sandy colour, just because I think I need a few more tones in there. So that is the basis of my background. And now I'm going to add the water. Right in the sky. Quite generous with the amount of water I'm using. Normally I'm very careful because I want to control the colour, but because I'm creating a background and I wanted it muted, I can be a bit more generous with the water this time. I'm using a thicker brush as well to make it quicker. I just want to make it so that you can't see any pencil lines. So it's like a way of doing this, I suppose, or explaining it, it's like you're rubbing out the pencil lines with your paintbrush so you can't see that it was ever pencil. So this is very muted. If I was to have done this again, I probably would have gone a little bit more generous with the pencil. So it is, I said I wanted it muted, it's probably a little bit too mute in terms of the colour is a bit too soft. But even if the colour's not quite right, you can see straight away it's a blue sky and the sea lions on the beach, basking in the sun. Drawalong is going to follow the same theme again next year with the feedback posts as well. So don't forget to upload your sea lions today if you'd like some feedback from me. Just make sure you upload before 3 o'clock today. How you getting on, Michael?
Good. I have a restart, badly.
You looked frustrated when I looked over, that's why I didn't ask earlier.
Mm.
But you got back on track.
Yeah.
That's the background started. Like I say, I will wait till that dries fully. Oh, why did I do that? It's still wet. And then we can add in texture as well, sandy texture. We'll figure out how to do that together. So now I'm going to spend some time putting the details on the sea line, because it may well be that we want to do the same with the sea line and add in some more details once it's dried on the paper. How about another fact for you? No, already given you that one. Sea lions can be found along the coastlines and islands of the Pacific Ocean. They're adapted for life on land and sea because of their strong front flippers that support them on land and also help regulate their body temperature. Their sleek body helps them to make deep dives to catch prey. Up to 600 feet they can dive. They're strong swimmers that can reach speeds of 18 miles an hour. They're able to stay underwater for 10 to 20 minutes at a time with the help of their nostrils, but they must come up to breathe. They are mammals after all. So what browns are we going to use for this sea lion? There's a few different tones I can see. We've got some darker, but there's almost where the sun's reflecting. It's almost like a reddish brown I can see there as well. So I'm going to go not with the darkest one. Oh, it's difficult because my page is wet. I'm going to start putting some colour down. Let's see what happens, shall we? Remember to keep looking at your reference image. Look at where there's darker and lighter tones. It's not just a solid brown everywhere. There are darker aspects, and then there are lighter ones where the sun is hitting him. So it's not all the same brown colour. I can see a darker brown here on this point of his face, under his eye, and a little bit above his eye as well. It lightens as well as we go down. Make sure I've got that reddish tone to hand for here as well. See a big dark patch just above his flipper, so I'm focusing on that. Now I know I'm leaving lots of white space, but that's because they're watercolour pencils. When I come to blending them out with water, I'll close down that white space. But by leaving lots of white on my page, it means I'm going to have a bigger contrast between the lighter and darker tones, which is what I want to make sure we keep. See, almost grey in the rear flipper. I'm going to put some grey down. Right, Michael?
Yeah, it's just brown It's just full brown.
Are you keeping highlights so it's not just a brown blob?
Yeah, I used a pen so like I can keep the dark. I used a pen for like the outline and everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sandy colour on his back as well. I'm just going to add that in. I've got achy arms for this drawing already. Lots of shading. Throwing pencils around now. Just to make the dark tones even darker. Emily's looks weird. Well, they are quite weird looking animals when you think about it.
Tell me about it. Gone into deep concentration mode, haven't I? I've gone very quiet. Sorry, guys. Actually, I'll share some more facts before I start adding water. In most species, male sea lions called bulls
or leave the sea first to stake out a territorial claim on the land. Prior to the breeding season, the bull will feast on extra food to create extra blubber, which is why we can see these big wrinkles. So he can sustain himself and guard his territory for weeks. So he'll fatten himself up so that once he's claimed a bit of land, he doesn't have to leave the land in order to get more food. The bulls bark loudly and intimidate each other through stares and head shakes while defending their territory. Weeks or days after the bulls have established their territory, the breeding females, which are called cows, will follow the bulls to their territory. Any female sea lions that conceived the year before, so had babies the year before, are the last to arrive, gathering on land to give birth to their pup. Each bull will try to gather as many female sea lions as possible to form a harem, or their family group. These groups can grow up to be 15 cows and their young, plus the bull. Bulls tend to be very protective of their families, and these breeding spots are typically made up of multiple families. After a gestation period, so the cow is pregnant between 8 to 18 months, obviously depending on the species of the sea lion. The female sea lion gives birth to a single pup, or very rarely they get two pups. At birth, the pups weigh between 13 to 48 pounds and measure 2 to 3 foot in length, so still quite big. And depending on the species, they're born with their eyes open and a long, dense coat of hair called the lanugo. And the lanugo helps to keep them warm until they develop blubber, which they'll develop from drinking their mother's fat-rich milk. They are able to walk soon after giving birth, approximately within half an hour. They begin swimming and fishing at just a few weeks old, and the mother will continue to nurse her pup until he's about 6 months old, and the pup may stay with its mother for up to a year. They tend to be a very noisy group, making all sorts of barks, honks, trumpets and roars to communicate with each other. A pup can pick out its mother from among hundreds gathered on rocky shores just by the sound she makes. It's pretty cool. To be honest, Abby says, mine looks like a sausage sea lion. I called him Cookie. I should have called him Sausage. Well, it's all that blubber, isn't it? Make him look like a bit like a sausage rolled up in a skin. So I'm going to add in some water now so we can get the base colour down of our sea lion, and then hopefully I've given myself plenty of time to then go in and add detail to the sand, but also then allow this to dry and add detail to the sea lion as well. That's my plan. That is the master plan today. Emily says, Pip, yours is good. Thank you, Emily. Very kind. I'm not feeling it at the moment. I'm hoping it's going to transform now that I'm adding water. I'm trusting the process. So yeah, now that I've given you all the topics for next year, which one are you looking forward to most? What do you reckon, Michael? What's your that list there? Is the one you're looking forward to most?
Wild dogs.
Yeah, that's mine. Wolves and wild dogs is. I've got a slight obsession with them.
Or sharks.
Or sharks. I think.
I don't know, or exotic birds.
So you haven't got you can't pick a favourite yet.
No.
Mine has a small head but a big body. Maybe it's just the angle. You can say it's just the angle that you were drawing him at. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the wolves and wild dogs most, I think, just because I'm interested. Oh dear, I'm going off. I'm interested in them as a species, but also the big cats. I think they'll be good fun to draw. I think we might start with the big cats.
Does you want to draw a cheetah?
Yes. Yeah. quiet and my concentration mode again, aren't I? Are we winning, guys? How are we all getting on? I don't think this has been the easiest one to do. I thought it looked quite simple, but actually now that we're doing it, I think it's quite tricky. I don't know if it's the reference picture or the fact that it's a sea line. How did you find it, Michael? Not been your favourite? I've used Artie Crowns today and it doesn't look very good, Eden. Yeah, I think this is not the easiest of draw-alongs, to be fair, so I wouldn't... Oh my goodness, my phone keeps going off. I wouldn't beat yourself up about it because I feel like I'm struggling today. But maybe if we just stick with it, it'll all come together nicely. Soon find out, won't we? I feel like my face of my sea line looks a bit flat at the moment. I need to build up a bit more tone. Maybe use a black or put some darker tones in there. Just feels a bit off today. Joe's just joined us. So how's everyone doing? Not feeling it today, Joe. Struggling a bit today with this sea line. he's beaten me.
You just don't want it to get the wrong shape.
Although, like, I'm enjoying it, the process. But then I look at the picture and think that just doesn't look right. So welcome your critique, Joe. What do I need to do? How do I fix it? Right, we'll let that dry because I definitely need to work some more on the sea line. But in the meantime, got a little bit of time to be able to add in some texture to the sand. So it's still not quite as dry as I'd like it to be, but I'm just going to go in with my sandy colour, and I'm almost like scribbling just to build texture. Little scribbles. And you could do this with a few different browns, and that's what's going to create that sandy texture, rather than just a light brown whitewash, not whitewash, you know what I mean, rather than just a wash of colour. It's going to look a bit more textured and like it's meant to be sand. Just lightly sketching, you don't want it to look like obvious pencil lines. To build up layers. Abby says she likes the way that hers looks artsy and homemade with the watercolour. Well, that's good then, isn't it? I'm glad you're pleased with yours, because I'm not pleased with mine at the moment. And I'm building it darker at the foreground with the texture, and then lighter towards the back.
I'm done then.
So I'm going to use different shades of brown, because that's more representative, isn't it, of sand, but it's not going to be one colour. When you look at a pile of sand and look at the individual grains, you've even got black in there, you've got white in there. So if you've got a white gel pen, you could use that. I have one somewhere, but I've mislaid it.
If you wanted to, you could put shells in there.
You could, yeah, you could add in other things in there. You could even add a little crab. You might even brave using the black a little bit. So you get the idea. That's what I would do if I had more time. I'd keep building up layers of that texture. I think Joe's put needs a slightly elongated nose. I don't think I'll be able to change that now, but I think getting some dark tone into the face, perhaps, yeah. It definitely feels very flat up here. I need to build up the tone, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to brave it, even though the paper is still damp, so it makes it very tricky. Bad idea doing that, you know, actually, asking somebody whilst you're drawing for feedback, so you've actually got time to implement it as a change. And the other trick, I might have mentioned this before, if something just doesn't look quite right with your drawing but you can't figure out what it is, hold it up against a mirror, because your eyes get so used to seeing something a certain way that it kind of plays tricks on you a bit. But if you reflect it, if you look at it the other way round, it sometimes makes it easier for you to work out what isn't quite right, and then you're able to fix it. I don't think the angle of the camera is actually showing this quite that accurately. It's probably making the body look really small because of the angle. That's where we're at the moment, but I think adding this tone in at the top. Happy's put, wait, they have whiskers. Yes, if you look at the reference image, you can see these white whiskers coming down, which, Michael, could you go and check in that drawer for the gel pen? Because I think that's what I will need to do. It'll be around somewhere. We've just got to find it. It'll be in the top, over on the left, Michael. It'll be one of those drawers.
On the top ones, yeah?
Maybe, yeah, the top two, I would imagine it's going to be in.
Let's see, found it. Oh, found it.
Wicked.
It was on the bottom one.
Oh, don't listen to me then. And I can build up with the pencil that sort of velvety texture tone as well. That's what I'm trying to do here on the sea line, as well as adding some darker tone to make it make sense as an image better. It just wasn't looking too good. Looking a lot better now, I think. Sometimes you just have to trust the process, but I was losing faith there for a second. I think this is coming together a bit better now. White gel pen to add in some flex, because if you look at the reference image in this area, there's more white sort of highlights as well. I'm done. Thank you so much for the awesome classes. I might experiment with my watercolour pencils and draw your guinea pig tutorial. I've never been to such excellent online classes. Oh, well, thank you. What a glowing review. If you want, Abby, you could actually leave us a review on the Facebook page, because we don't have many of those. I tend to forget to ask people. But if anyone is listening and wants to leave a review, I'd really appreciate it. As I said, these are going to continue because we enjoy doing them on a Monday. And I believe that we are likely to start September with the big cats. But those events will go up over the summer, so just make sure you're liking and following the page so you don't miss the updates on those. And then if you fancy it, we're going live this Friday at 7 p.m. for our big showcase event, where we're going to be sharing people's work from across the year, from our courses and stuff as well. We're going to be giving out prizes. We've even got trophies. So feel free to join us, because it's a nice way of celebrating the home ed community and some of the amazing things that you young people have been doing this year. So I'd love it if you did join me. But yeah, I thank you for your feedback, Abby, because very kind and generous of you to say. I don't feel like they're really classes, because I'm not telling you what to do. I just share my thoughts. And it's like, take it or leave it. And I'm always impressed with what you guys do and how you use that information. So thank you for joining me and letting me be part of that journey, because it's lovely to see your artwork and then to see it progress. That's a good idea as well about using your watercolour pencils. Get the practice in with using them. I'm discovering new things with them all the time, because I don't necessarily look up rules on how to do art or how to use certain equipment. I just play around with them until I get the effects that I want. So it's just by practicing and experimenting, you find your way. Will there be an end of term competition? Oh, that's a good question. Joe, are we planning any more competitions? We could do one, couldn't we, for the summer? Abby put 5 stars. It brightens up my Monday when I remember, oh, it's Pip's Drawalong. Ah, thank you. Oh, that gave me a little shiver down my spine. And what time's the showcase? I believe it's 7 p.m. Should be 7 p.m. But if you can't make it, it stays on our page anyway if you wanted to watch it retrospectively. Joseph, we are now. So that's obviously in reference to a competition. If you want it, just like basically everything we've ever done at Technology Triumphs. If somebody requests it, we tend to do it. And that's whether that's creating a course, putting our provisions online, doing free art classes. It's all come about from people asking. Don't ask, you don't get. That's what my dad always taught me. I feel I've somewhat saved the sea lion. It's definitely not my best work, but
I think it's cute.
you like it.
I like the face.
It's come back from the edge, hasn't it? Because it was
It
a
looks
bit.
better than mine, to be honest.
I think we lost a bit of detail in yours, but the colour's nice. I think you rushed this one a little bit though, didn't you?
I don't like it. So.
And you weren't enjoying drawing the sea lion.
No.
That's why.
Whenever it's something
It doesn't
I don't
capture your attention.
anything that I don't enjoy,
Oh, so Joe's
I rush.
just put, we'll announce a competition on Friday during the live and it'll be open all summer long. Does the showcase include stuff people have posted on the Drawalong feedbacks? Joe, I'm going to ask you that. And I've already had a brilliant idea. Well, that didn't take long. I take it that's for a competition. She's already got a plan going. This is how quickly the mind of Joe works. It's amazing to witness. And I love yours, Pip. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, look forward to it. Pi loves your lessons and looks forward to it each week. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. You're making my day. 1 week, to be fair. That's lovely feedback. So I'm just using the white gel pen to put in a few more flecks of fur. Oh, I've not even read out all the facts yet. Oh, my word. I need to get a move on. Let's get some whiskers in there as well.
Yeah, you literally have like 8 minutes. Is that correct? Yeah.
I've got some feathers. Feathers there? Whiskers.
Oh, what?
Definitely not got feathers.
I don't know, seals have feathers?
Sea lion.
Sea lions, sorry? Same thing.
No, it really isn't. Were you listening at all? Okay, let's quickly read some facts.
Quick.
Joe said, we often do a showcase of draw-alongs images from others. Jay, yes, yay. Right, so, threats to sea lions. Lots of different threats, to be fair. Commercial fishing is a large threat to sea lion populations, as they may be victims of bycatch. So when fishermen are trying to catch fish, they kind of accidentally catch sea lions in their nets. Commercial fisheries may also have a major impact on the food supply for the sea lions, because if we're taking all the fish out of the sea, then there's less for the sea lions to eat. Some fishermen have killed sea lions because they believe that sea lions damage their nets and other equipment. Climate change is another threat to sea lion populations that impacts their prey abundance. So pollution is another major threat to sea lions. Introduced species like dogs carry diseases that can spread to sea lions. In the past, sea lions were hunted for their meat, skin and oil. Some people even used sea lion whiskers for pipe cleaners. There are now laws to prevent these killings, but there may still be incidences of this criminal behaviour, so poaching effectively. 3 species are listed as endangered, which is of the Australian sea lion, the Galapagos and the Auckland sea lion. While the northern sea lion was endangered, numbers are increasing and it's now listed as near threatened. But the South American sea lion that we're drawn today is not an endangered species, luckily. So don't forget to sign your work and date it. And don't forget to look out for the photo today of this illustration, which I think I brought back from the edge. I think it looks okay now. And I will be along between 1 and 3 p.m. to add my feedback. And also, yeah, hope to see some of you on Friday. And as Joe just highlighted, we will be showcasing some of your draw-alongs. So come and have a look, see if yours is on there as well. We want it to be a big celebration. We just want as many people to attend and to congratulate and celebrate the learners of the home ed community. So the more of you that join us, the better. But that's it. That's the last draw along of this academic year. Oh, shed a little tear. We will be back in September, where we're more than likely going to start with big cats. Make sure you're following the page so you don't miss out on the updates with that. At the moment, it's still going to be scheduled for the same time on Monday, 11 o'clock. But if that changes, obviously we'll announce it on the main page. And I guess that's it. Oh, and if anyone is watching and has really enjoyed doing the artwork and doing creative things, and you'd like to get a qualification in an art or creative subject, do check out our website for all our different courses, including art and design or DT, because you may find something there for you, and you can get an actual formal qualification that's recognised by colleges. So there's always that as an option, and you could actually start it over the summer as something productive to do. Have a lovely summer, Pip. Thank you so much. Emily, thank you. Have a good summer. Thank you from Kat, and thank you, Steph. Thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you will remember us back in September, or when September comes around, and put us on your timetable again, because it's been a pleasure drawing alongside you. And yeah, Michael will be with me again in September.
Yeah.
See you all later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.